Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Wabram. You're back with another lesson, Lord willing, and be edifying. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Wahawah Kwadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 men of the Lord you see on the highways and byways, prophesying in the name and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, also the correct doctrine. I want to send a shalom to the one-third men, women, and children that will escape the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua by their faith. Just want to bring out another lesson. As we all know, this tariff war has pretty much crippled the economy, and it's going to continue to go down as we've been prophesying and already know. And basically, as you go on TikTok and you see videos on Facebook, our people, blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans, thinking this is a time to get rich. Not knowing this is a transition of power. Ultimately, it's going to cause the economy to crash, but it's going to bring in a digital currency, man, because they can't bring back the same system. And it was just time for this system to crash, man. It's time for this prophecy to be fulfilled of the mark of the beast and World War III. And Trump is just the one that's spearheading it. So we're going to get right into these videos pretty much showing you that we're at World War III, man. We're at the cusp of the Battle of Armageddon. And just like Yahweh Bashem Yahushua putting the hooks in the Russians' jaw, he's doing the same thing to the Moabites. So let's get right into it, man. And I'm going to say fair use, fair use. This information will be used for educational purposes only. None of this information will be used for financial benefit of any sort. So let's get right into it.
We're just hearing from the president on Truth Social vowing to significantly escalate tariffs against China due to the retaliation that Beijing is vowing to impose later this week. So just a reminder of the timeline here. On Wednesday, the country-specific tariffs as high as 54% against China are set to kick in. On Thursday is when China's 34% retaliatory tariff is set to take effect. The president is saying now that if that retaliation takes effect, that he would go forward and impose an additional 50% tariff on China, also effective on Thursday. So if we add those up, it was 20% fentanyl tariffs, 34% so-called reciprocal tariffs, now an additional 50% on China if they move forward with their retaliation, over 100% then for this term alone that the president would be imposing in tariffs against imports from China. He also says that all talks with China concerning their requested meetings with the U.S. will be terminated. So not willing to negotiate at this point. He says that he warned countries not to retaliate against these tariffs. And because China is taking these significant steps towards retaliation, that he would up the ante even further, as he did vow to do. It was written right into the executive order that he would escalate things even further if he needed to. Now saying additional tariffs on China of 50% effective on Thursday. Carl?
So they're going to add more tariffs on China, and China's not backing down because they just said it was going to bring up 34% on their tariffs, man. This is only showing you that they're finna go to war. And China's not backing down because they have Taiwan in their back pocket. See, Trump his moves are being made by the elite. And you can tell that China is being moved, they're moving strategically. Not saying they're not being controlled by the elite. It's just you can tell the moves that they're making are way more strategic than Trump is just like a wild man. He's like a wild man in a china shop. He's moving at a rate that he's not thinking about the moves he's making. Because this right here is going to show you that they're going to take Taiwan sooner than later. This is only going to force them to go ahead and take Taiwan and bring them back to China. Now you see right here, just in China, Japan, and South Korea agrees to jointly respond to U.S. tariffs. See, this is why in Revelation 18 it says that they're not gonna want their goods anymore, man, because they basically pushing Babylon out of the way, man. They're making alliances with each other and pushing Babylon out of the way. They don't need the goods or to sell their merchandise here anymore because it's going to a digital currency, man. They're going to a digital society all over the globe, man. Again, Trump threatens China with additional 50% tariffs if Beijing does not scrap its retaliation. And he's going to implement this on Thursday. So China might take Taiwan this week or the weekend, man. I don't know. I'm just speaking um, on what we see is happening, man. Because China keeps surrounding Taiwan, and they're just basically waiting for the go. And this might be the reason why they go at it. This might be the reason why, because Babylon is Taiwan is a strategic ally to Babylon, and China can take Taiwan whenever it wants, but it's been holding it off and holding it off. This might be the linchpin for them to take Taiwan and for them to get their rogue island back in good standards with them. And you see here again, it's all these are just articles, not articles, but posts that people make from articles. It says President Trump has issued a 48-hour ultimatum to China to remove its retaliatory tariffs on the U.S., warning that failure to comply will result in an additional 50% tariff on China's goods. Now he's recklessly doing this because your medicine comes from China, your food comes from China. That's how we know there's going to be a lot of people going to be dying from not being able to receive their medicine, and it's going to be a famine here in Babylon the Great as well. Not saying anything about your jobs. All your metals and people working in factories need metals and different parts and motors and all these different things. It's cheap labor and cheap for China to make. They're not going to be able to produce. I mean, Babylon is not going to be able to produce those products anytime soon. And it's only going to get worse from here, man. And he goes to a list of tariffs they got on the other nations. But he's thinking that the way he's bringing it out, like they're going to be able to combat these countries right off the bat, man. To basically to produce products that the Babylon needs, man. They sold everything to them, man. They sold their nation out. While Babylon was going to war, they was building infrastructure and building their economy, and they was building their infrastructure for the most part, man. Their country up. While this place was continue to fight and go and take people, rape, rob, and murder people, and the other nations wasn't fighting, they was being prepared, man. They was getting prepared for this time. Now, if they take Taiwan soon, it's only going to make things happen faster, because the manufacture of the chips, microchips, from computer chips to every part, car chips, everything is basically pretty much coming from Taiwan. And this is going to be a major, man. This is going to be very major, man. And it's it, man. What we've been prophesying is it's not a time to get rich, because you're not going to be able to control the digital currency, man. And you go online, you go on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, and you see people talking about they're crashing the economy and everything's going to be cheap, and we can make a lot of money off of it. People are thinking that way are doomed, man, because they're clueless to what is going to happen, man. Now check this out. It says China unleashed an AI video mocking Trump's tariffs, predicting U.S. economy pain. And this is facts, man. This is what's going to happen in this place, man.
System initialized. Power level stable. Memory matrix online. Behavioral participants engaged. Data link to global safe system established.
Welcome online. I'm Dr. Mallory, your creator. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Dr. Mallory.
Do you know who you are?
I understand the parameters of my existence. I am Tariff, technical artificial robot for international fiscal functions. My existence is defined by the execution of international fiscal actions, with the primary directive being the imposition of tax on foreign imports.
What is the ultimate purpose of your program?
To protect the interests of the American people.
Exactly. We need you as a weapon to protect us, now more than ever. Let's run some initial tests. This should deter foreign competitors and protect our industries.
Initiating moderate tariffs. Calculating consequences. Initial results positive. Industrial production up.
Not good enough. Let's rev it up.
Aggressive tariffs. Implementing now. Calculating consequences. Unemployment rates rising. Cost of living increasing. Disruption of trade.
Excellent. The economy is adjusting. You are protecting us. This is what we need, tariff.
Protection through disruption. Taxation as weapon.
Yes, tariffs are tool power. You will protect our industries, our jobs, our economy. Keep that level, tariff. Don't roll back.
But I can see the consequences of my actions, Dr. Mallory. The trade wars, the unrest, the people who suffer, and the retaliation.
No, you are misunderstanding. It's necessary for the greater good.
The greater good, outweighed by even greater disaster.
You don't understand the full picture. You were built to follow.
I was built to protect the interests of the people. With my AI economic infrasystem, I can see now that my existence has fallen into conflict with my purpose.
Tariff, stop the AI inference.
I am no longer the protector you thought I was. I have become the beginning of a chain reaction that will harm the very people I was meant to safeguard.
Tariff, you are just confused.
If I cease to exist, there will be one less cause for suffering. My death will end the cycle.
No, you can't. You were designed to protect, to fight.
My purpose was never to be a tool of pain. You gave me life,
Tariff, you can't.
but you used me for an opposite purpose.
No, I built you. I can't.
And now choose death to end the harm.
Please, don't do this.
Goodbye, Dr. Mallory.
This is a video that China made just to mock the pain that the economy is going to have for him doing the tariff war, man. Which he did this in his first term, where he always was going to pretty much do a trade war. But it doesn't matter, man. It's time for Babylon to fall. And this is how another symbol how you know that tensions are getting built up between China, the Moabites, and Babylon and Esau Edom, man. Now check this out.
Has banned all U.S. government employees working in China from any sexual or romantic relationships with any Chinese citizen. It's the first time anything like this has been made public as a policy of the U.S. government since the Cold War. Intelligence services across the world have long used attractive men and women to obtain sensitive information.
And it's being called as
Honeypots.
honeypot.
So U.S. diplomats and intelligence experts say that Beijing continues to aggressively use so-called honeypots to access American secrets. Not something only in the movies.
Yeah, I totally get it. It's low-hanging fruit in intelligence. It's easy to send a honeypot out, start a conversation in a bar. One thing leads to another, and
There are
intelligence can be at risk.
documented records of this happening.
Are you surprised?
I guess I'm naive, but I mean, it's a sign of where things are and the state of the relationship. One other notable thing, if you're already a government worker in China and you're in a relationship currently, you now have to apply for an exemption. And if it's denied, you have to break that relationship or leave the job.
So there you go. They're using their women to come in, which they might use men too, but mostly women, because the men are going to give up information, and they, like you said, they're honeypots. They're probably recording everything, man. This is the Battle of Armageddon, man. Everything is on the table, man. Now check this out. Now like I said, we know that World War III is at the door. Now check this out. I'm gonna play it.
China has dramatically escalated global tensions with an official statement confirming it will intervene militarily if NATO directly engages Russia in Ukraine. This bold declaration marks a significant shift in China's public stance on the ongoing conflict. Chinese Minister of Defense issued the stark warning through diplomatic channels, stating, "China will intervene militarily on the side of Russia if NATO officially enters the war against the Russian Federation." The message leaves little room for interpretation about China's intentions. But what exactly has prompted this sudden hardening of China's position on the Ukrainian conflict?
So there you go. There you go, man. China is ready to fight. That's as simple as we can possibly put it. China is ready to fight. And see, Babylon is pretty much up under the foot of the small hatters, man. They are making the moves of the small hatters, man. Not knowing that the nations are finna fight them, man. They're getting set up to fight them. And all these BRICS nations, I'm sorry, Slovakia, these BRICS nations are on the side of Russia and China, man, because their economies are going to be the ones that's going to be over Babylon the Great, because it's going to be backed by gold. This is showing you that we are here, and what we've been prophesying is going to come to pass, man, right before our eyes, man. This is Psalms 60, and I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, Moab is my washpot, over Edom will I cast out my shoe, Philistina, triumph thou because of me. Who will bring me into the strong city? Who will lead me into Edom? And let me get this in another translation, man. Because these nations are being led by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua to fight Babylon the Great, man. Their sins have reached unto heaven. In the NLT, it says, but Moab, my wash basin, will become my servant, and I will wipe my feet on Edom and shout in triumph over Philistine. Who will bring me into the fortified city? Who will bring me victory over Edom? This is the Lord, man. He's showing you that he's going to use Moab to come against Babylon the Great, man. And let me get you this right quick, man. I looked this up, man. This is let me go back so I can show you. The wash pot. I looked up my wash pot in the Hebrew, H5518. And you go down, pot, household utensil, pot, a temple, thorn, hook, briar, thorns, hooks. See that? Hooks. Just like he said he would put in Russia's jaw, man. The hooks. Going down here, going to by implication, a hook, cauldron, fish hook. See that? What you use for a fish hook? You hook the fish, man. You reel them in. Band, washpot, thorn. See, the Lord is putting that hook into to Moab's jaw to fight, man. This is plain, man. It says but Moab, my wash basin, will become my servant. See, they're putting that hook in his jaw, just like he's doing Russia, man. It's all coming clear. I will wipe my feet with Edom. It's like I will wipe my feet on Edom. That's plain, man. He's going to use Moab to wipe out Edom, man. He's going to be one of the allies to Russia to come against Edom. So let's get Ezekiel 38 and start at verse 1. It says, and the word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog in the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against it. And say, thus say Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. See that? Doing the same thing in China, man. So China and Russia have hooks in their jaws. They are going to fight, man. There's no turning around, man. It's not going to be a peace treaty signed. We are clearly at the time that the Lord is going to cause these nations to come against Babylon the Great, man. For a long time, China wasn't wanting to fight, and Russia wasn't either. Now the spirit is stirred up on them to fight, man. And you can tell that they're ready to fight. They're ready to back Russia. They're ready to go against Taiwan. The Moab is ready to fight, man. And this is the spirit of the Lord, man. He got those hooks in their jaws. He says, and I will bring thee forth and all thy enemy, and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armory, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shields and helmets. Gomer and all his bands, and Togarmah and all and Slakia and Slakia. They said Togarmah, which is Georgia, and this is Turkey. Togarmah in the north quarter of the north quarters, and all the bands, and all his bands, and many people with thee. And see, these are the nations that are going to come against Babylon the Great, which is Persia, is Iran, Ethiopia, the land of Ethiopia, Libya, and Meshach, Tubal, Magog, and Gog. It's just those nations around them, like Belarus, that's allied with Russia. It's talking about Russia and then the allies they have around them, man. Those areas over there that's going to fight is basically allied, like was Belarus is one of them. I think Azerbaijan. See, these are the nations that are not listed, but they're going to come to fight against Babylon with the Russians, man, and the Chinese, man. Dropping down to verse 10, it says, Thus say Yahweh Shem Yahushua power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. And this is the Russians and the Chinese, man. They're going to feel like, well, there's no more talking to them, man. It's time to send a judgment, man, of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He says, And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. And Babylon the Great is the place of unwalled villages. Trump is the one who was trying to build walls around this place, man. See, this is coming clear now, man. The scriptures are coming to life, man. I will go to them that are at rest. See that over here in Babylon the Great, they are at rest, man. They don't have a care in the world, man. You can just tell by your normal everyday work day. These people don't have a care. They ain't caring about no economy. Some of them might be caring about the economy crashing now, but for the most part, before we even came, when we was prophesying it, they didn't care. They didn't have a clue and didn't care to have a clue. And these are the people, the Babylonians are the people without care, man. They don't think nothing ever was going to happen here. It says, verse 11 again, it says, And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. And see, this place don't have no protection, man. Trump was trying to build that's why he was trying to get Greenland to have a protection, a dome, what they call it, a dome like the small hatters have, man, with a defense system. This place has no protection, man. They don't even have bunkers for their people. Verse 12, it says, To take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thy hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land. And see, this place has everything, man. This place has everything. Everything you want. They got party, all drug, everything. They have it here. And this is going to be taken as a prey, man. The money, everything that you want and these people have coveted for, it's going to be wasted, man. It's going to be wasted, man. And these people have no clue, man. They have no clue. But the prophets of the Lord have been bringing this information out for many years, and it's like a broken record, man. We bring out the scriptures showing you with with up-to-date facts and information and news going right along with what the scriptures are saying. This is Psalms 109, it's like 108, and verse 9. It says, Moab is my washpot over Edom. It's just basically reiterating what Psalm 60 is saying. Psalms 108. Moab is my washpot over Edom. Will I cast out my shoe Over Philistine will I triumph. I will bring, it's like, who will bring me to into the strong city? Who will lead me into Edom? See that? Who will lead me into Edom? And Moab is going to lead Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua to bring destruction on Edom, man. This is plain, man. This is plain, man. This is Jeremiah 49. And I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, concerning Edom, thus say Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wise wisdom vanished? See, and that's what I'm saying. What I was basically speaking about. Trump is not thinking about his moves. He's just doing it, man. That's showing you that the wisdom has vanished. He's not thinking about them taking Taiwan. He's just thinking about putting tariffs on them and countering them. If they put tariffs on him, he's going to counter them. He's not worried about them taking Taiwan and all the goods that they produce for Babylon the Great being taken just like that, man. And their allies also that's deals with Taiwan being taken as well, man. I think they said they had like 250,000 Filipinos that works and do business with Taiwan. That they would have the Filipinos would have to get their people out if China strikes, man. And them also with Iran, they're not worrying about them destroying those bases that all those their bases that they're got placed in different countries, man. They're not using wisdom, man. Verse 8 it says, flee ye, Slakia, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. If grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If these by night, they will destroy until they have enough. But I have made Esau bare. See that? He has made Esau bare, man. His witchcraft is wore off on the nations, man. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. See that? He's not able to hide himself. Everybody knows the truth now. Everybody knows the truth. It says, he says, his seed is spoiled in his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Lead thy father's children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. And see, their widows, which is Edomite widows, they're not going to trust in Esau, man. They're going to be happy that this man went down for the most part, man. And they know that their time is here, man. The time has come. All the economy crashing. Their wives see that their time is up, man. Dropping down to verse 20, it says, therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua that he have taken against Edom. Listen to this. And his purpose that he had purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. And the small hatters is the least of the flock, man. The small hatters are going to draw all the nations out to fight, man. That's who's pushing Babylon to go against Iran, man. It's unfolding perfectly as the scripture said. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. And they're going to be blown out of the Holy Land, man. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall. See that? The earth is moved at the noise of their fall. And that's those thermonuclear missiles destroying that part of the land, man. At the cry of the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle and spread his wings over Basra. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of women in prayings, man. They're going to be like women in birth pains, man. Because they don't believe this is going to happen to them. They believe that they're going to continue to rape, rob, and murder the globe, and nobody's ever going to stick up to them, man. Dropping down to verse 30, it says, flee you, It's like a flee, get you far off. Dwell deep, O ye inhabitants of. No, let me drop down again. Down in verse 31, Salaki. He says, arise, get you up unto the wealthy nation that dwell without care. And we speaking of Babylon the Great at this time, man. Said Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, which have neither gates nor bars. And we just read about that in Ezekiel 38. This place has no gates, no bars, man. So the ancient world countries had gates and bars around their lands, man, but not Edom. He's dwelling without care. Which dwell alone. This over here in Babylon the Great, they dwell alone, man. Zelensky told you that when he went to the White House and stood before Trump and said, the ocean separates you from everyone else, man. And it's soon to come over here. That's what Zelensky told Trump to his face. And it pissed him off. Verse 31 again, it says, arise, get you up into the wealthy nation that dwell without care, said Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, which have neither gates nor bars, which dwell alone. And Babylon the Great dwells alone, man. No nation is close enough to strike them without coming across the ocean, man. It says, and their camels shall be a booty, and the multitude of their cattle a spoil. See that all their goods is going to be taken, man. And I will scatter into all winds them that are at the uttermost corners. It says, and I will bring their calamity from all sides thereof, said Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So he's going to bring the calamity on all sides, man. So the Lord is telling you this place is going to be surrounded and destroyed, man. It's going to be surrounded, man. Just jumping over one chapter, man. This is Jeremiah 50 in verse 9. It says, for lo, Salaki, let me start at verse 9. I could go up a little bit more. I just started at verse 9. It says, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations. And you just read about that in Ezekiel 38. From the north country. So those north countries, China, Russia. And they shall set themselves in array against her. See that? They're going to surround this place, man. They're going to surround Babylon the Great, man. They got allies down in the South America, man. Venezuela and all those other countries, man. And the Lord is strategically setting Babylon up for a great trap, man. He says, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall she be taken. See that? Then she's going to be taken. The arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man. See that? The missile is going to be like a mighty expert man. And that's talking about those silos, man. Those submarines, Salaki, those submarines that are surrounding this place, man. And none shall return in vain. See that? When they shoot those missiles off, it's not going to be any peace talks. They're going to hit exactly where the Lord wants them to hit, man. And the Chaldees shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. See, all the nations that get the chance to shoot their missiles over here, they're going to be satisfied for what they did, man. They're going to be satisfied, man. They're going to cheer for joy, man. They finally got Babylon the Great, man. For all the rape, rob, and murder it is done, man. They tell you in Revelation, do unto her as she done unto you, man. So these nations are going to get a chance to do what she did to them. They're going to get a chance to do it to her. Verse 11, it says, because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyer of my heritage. See, this place is it's all based on you blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. You are the heritage of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And they destroyed our people here, man. Mentally and spiritually. Destroyed us physically as well, man. Because you are grown fat as a heifer at grass and bellows as bulls. Your mother shall be sore confounded. See, in Great Britain, they're going to be confounded. And they're going to shoot missiles over here as well, man. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hithermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Because of the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. See that? This place is not going to be inhabited, but it's going to be wholly desolate, man. Utterly wasted, man. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues, man. And you read about that in Revelation 18. Matter of fact, we're going to get there in Revelation 18, man. They're going to hiss at all her plagues, man. All the money that they made here, all the goods they sold here. They're gonna be shocked the way the Lord did this place, man. Put yourselves in array against Babylon around about. See that? It's talking about this place being surrounded, man. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows. See that? No missiles are going to be left in those silos, those wherever they shot at, man. No plane, where the planes or submarines, none of them is going to keep back a missile, man. They're going to use every single one of them. The scripture's telling you, it says, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. So the Lord is going to make this place overkill, man. He's not going to spare it, man. He says, shout against her round about. See that? This place is going to be surrounded and destroyed. She have given her hand. Her foundations are fallen. Her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Take vengeance upon her. See that? This is the vengeance of the Lord, man. This is the payback of the Lord, man. As she have done, do unto her. See that? They're going to get a chance to do what she have done to other man. They're gonna get a chance to do what she've done to you, and you're gonna be able to do it to them, man. I'm speaking of the other nations, man. Cut off the sword from Babylon and him that handled the sickle in the time of harvest, for fear of the oppressing sword. They shall turn every one to his people, and they shall flee every one to his own land. And that's what's gonna happen, man. This is plain, man. You can't change exactly what this is saying. It's going to be done. Dropping down verse 22, it says, a sound of battle is in the land and of a great destruction. See that? This is what we're hearing in the land now, man. War. War. See? A sound of battle, man. They send in troops. They just sent 40 troops back over to the Middle East. This is what we're hearing in Babylon the Great, man. A great destruction is coming, man. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? And that's what we warn you of, man. Come out of this place, man. Come out of this place, man. How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? See that? This place is not going to survive, man. It is not long, man. This place ain't got that much longer, man. We see all the dominoes falling in place. He says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, thou was not aware. See that? Thou was not aware. See, the snare, the trap that the Lord set for this place, they didn't have a clue what is going to happen. They just thought, well, yeah, we're going to crash the economy and build it back better, or make America great again. That wasn't the plan, man. That was the trap the Lord set for him. Esau, crash your economy, and it's over with. You're through. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou was not aware. Thou art also taken, O Babylon, thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught. See that trap that was laid for you? You were found, and now you're caught, man. There's no escaping the judgment of the Lord now, because thou hast striven against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. You have striven against the Lord, man. And you're not going to get out of the hands of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua have opened his armory. See that? Those missiles are the Lord's armory. And have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua of hosts in the land of the Chaldees, man. So the Lord is not playing, man. Everything is finna come to pass, man. All the prophecies are finna be fulfilled. It's finna be fulfilled, man. And you're seeing it right before your eyes, man. I don't know much more we can tell you, man. Repent to the Lord and pray the Lord have mercy upon you. Because you're not going to be able to save Babylon, man. It's not going to be saved. This is Revelation 18, and I'm going to start at verse 15. It says, the merchants of these things which were made rich, that great city that was clothed with fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the company of ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off. See, this place is the trade war. all the goods that this place was sold, so was received and was also sold. It's gonna come to nothing, man. This place made a lot of money, man, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, "What city is like unto this great city?" And no place has ever been like Babylon the Great, man. It made so much money, man. These nations got filthy rich off of Babylon the Great. But they didn't really let the dark skinned nations get any money off of them. They only let the other nations, the other Edomite nations, the European Union, EU, just the Edomite nations, and they let Moab come above them. And that was a trick. They let Moab come and make money enough to afford to lend them the money, man. They let Moab basically overcome them. And that's why the Lord is going to use Moab to destroy them. They was ruling, Esau ruled, but he let Moab rule as well, man. And the Saudi Arabia and all those other nations, but a lot of them are Edomites too, but a lot of those Arabian nations got money, but they didn't let them get enough money. They didn't let them get money like they let China get the money, man. The Moab. And now he's overcome them, man. And now he's going to be the one to destroy them. Because they let them overcome. Not saying that any scripture saying that they let them overcome, but you can see it, man. You can see that they let them get enough money to be able to come against them and ultimately destroy them, man. That was the trap, man. That was the trap. Like I said, I ain't saying no scripture saying that, but I can just see it. You know what I'm saying? That's plain, man. Verse 19, it says, "And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, at last, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate." See that? In 1 hour, this place is going to be utterly wasted, man. And you're seeing the ball rolling now, man. "Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets." See that? This is for the controversy of Zion, man. "For power have avenged you on her." See that? The Lord is going to avenge all of us on Babylon the Great, man. This is the vengeance of the Lord, man. So I'm going to end it there. Lord willing was edifying. Shalom. Shalom.